Let's take this conversation forward. We've got Mahesh Jaising, leader of indirect tax at Deloitte India, joining in on the show and partner, of course. Mahesh, hi, good morning. Thanks for your time today. Mahesh, there is recent speculation, led of course by the finance minister herself, that there could be a proposal to introduce a new fifth GST slab of 35% for products like aerated drinks, beverages, etc. And that there is going to be rationalization. The tax slabs are going to be brought down further in very many categories. Do you think, Mahesh, that's the need of the hour right now from an economic perspective?
Thank you. Thanks for having me over. I'm going to stick to what I would reasonably expect and stay away from some speculation, as the Honorable FM has requested many of us to do. I think clearly the Honorable FM on Saturday indicated that the rate rationalization GOM is in an advanced stage, and they've pretty much done their study. It's important to take a step back and understand what is the journey of this been. Back in 2021, there was a recognition that there was, a tax collection dip and an overall need to review the GST rates. This was in the backdrop of many exemptions, in the backdrop of inverted duties, as well as perhaps a need to review in certain socioeconomic conditions the rates of tax. Second, the chairman about a month ago had indicated that factors that are being considered are similar to what I said, but the pressure from 2021 on a revenue number is different to now in light of the technology and data analytics that the government has brought in. So I don't think the approach will be necessarily only to augment revenue. It will be to harmonize and to eliminate litigation, focus on products that are for the middle class and below. And therefore, I would think that this will be largely positive, what we expect, because this GOM that was constituted in September 2021 seems to have covered a lot of ground, and they will be submitting their report, and that decision will be taken in the upcoming GST Council, which we don't know when it will exactly happen. But my assessment is that will be as end of April, early May. Typically, it happens once a quarter, but since the parliament is on, I would imagine it will happen next month or the month after.
Okay. If the GST is reduced, do you think it could have a meaningful impact in terms of demand? I mean, that I'm sure is the idea, that bring GST down, stimulate the demand.
Absolutely. And one of the triggers for the reduction would be in the area of insurance, which there was another GOM that was constituted. In the 55th Council meeting, there was a mention that that GOM is in its advanced stage, and there's some inputs and sign-off that they would like to have from the IRDA and some inputs from there. I would expect that is something that will be part of the GST rate cut plan that we all are eagerly waiting for, and that will indeed increase demand and therefore have a positive impact, because the Honorable FM did say that it's more on reduction and some on rationalization. I'm happy to explain what the word rationalization typically means based on the last 55 meetings.
Go ahead. Yeah, Mahesh, please go ahead. We would like that explanation for sure.
Okay. No, it's not a suspense, but yes, sorry about that. I think when the GST Council looks at rationalization, it means addressing certain inverted duty structure and perhaps increasing some rates. But the whole issue is largely around, where the input rates of products are very high and the output rate is low. The government has traditionally been mapping this issue and increasing the rate on the finished product so that that anomaly of an inverted duty rate is addressed. I think this has already been happening, so I don't expect far too many significant increase in rates. I think the expectation is largely going to be reductions in light of different factors that I talked about. There could be few products where there is an inverted duty that the government may address by increasing the rate on the output side.
So if the duty changes are done, do you think this will have a limited impact in demand? Because the categories in which the duties would be coming down, I mean, insurance is one of them, popcorn hopefully could be another one. No pun intended, yeah. But it's caramel popcorn could be the other one. Yeah. So, apart from there, where do you think the impact would be very large?
See, I think what the chairman also did mention in an interactive session is where there is a lot of litigation, and he called out himself on areas relating to food and automobile parts and others. So I think food has always been a little challenge. If I were to say, I wouldn't get into popcorn. It'll take us a lot of time and it'll go into a different tangent. But that's an example of where, given the nature of food and the sensitivities around it, one is, agriculture products as is, pre-packaged, and then, in different forms in restaurants and whatnot. So I do think on that front, I'm expecting that there will be some level of streamlining. I don't think it's so much about, a reduction. I'm hoping there's abundant clarity, because there's been a very good theme in 2024 of a lot of announcements focusing on eliminating litigation, not necessarily on rates, on different aspects relating to exports, imports, common services, ISD and whatnot. So last year has been a phenomenal year of eliminating litigation on non-tax rate matters, few tax rate matters as well. I think this exercise of GOM will not result in a carte blanche reduction across, but obviously it will, in addition to reducing rates of tax on certain products, bring out certain clarity that industry is eagerly awaiting for, and then therefore can focus more on the business than dealing with tax disputes.
Okay. Mahesh, so good having you on the show. Thank you so much for your time today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.